stop this for just a second. All right, so why in the world is Dave's Leavin' on a Plane so popular? And welcome to this Saturday pop-up lesson at iMusicAcademy. Things are going really awesome at iMusicAcademy, and sometimes I'll go, you never know when I'm going to go live. So let's talk about Pentatonic. So somebody emailed me, or they sent me a message inside YouTube saying they woke up singing the Dave's Leavin' on a Plane, they couldn't get it out of their head. And I would agree with that. Dave's Leavin' on a Plane has a really nice melody, and the secret to it is it's pentatonic. Dave's leaving on a plane, all minor pentatonic. So let's talk about the blues scale versus pentatonic, and then I'm going to show you this exercise and another question that I got related to the minor pentatonic. So the first thing is the minor blues scale from C major. If you think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, the minor blues scale is 1, flat 3 of the C major scale, 4, sharp 4, 5, and flat 7. We know that, right? And then to do a minor pentatonic scale, all you do is 1 of the C scale, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. So you get this sound without that blues scale, that flat 5th or sharp 4 that we love. It's really nice, but it's also nice to have just the da 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 and not have that F sharp. Sometimes we want that sound. So Dave's Leavin' on a Plane deals with that exact thing. The minor pentatonic, the whole song is minor pentatonic. And we go, Dave's leaving on a plane. And it has lyrics and everything. It's quite fun. And you guys probably already know this story, but I'll tell it very quickly. One of our members who's been with us for a long time, Dave, was on the tarmac watching one of our streams, and so I always write blues tunes for our students, and Dave's Leavin' on a Plane was one of the first ones that we did, and it's still quite popular. There's a solo version as well as this trio version. I did put this in the new membership area on YouTube. There's a way to support there and get tons of free stuff. Well, once you sign up, it's crazy affordable. There are different tiers, but the musician tier gets this Dave's Leavin' on a Plane, and that tier and up. So Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. Just know that you're coming down. This first section, I want you to know, is right out of that first 5-note blues scale that we talk about, that you can play and sound amazing playing the blues with just those 5 notes. And even if you're a beginner, just pick any of those notes. We won't do the pentatonic. We'll do the blues at first. Just watch my right hand. And the way with the blues, a couple of things you need to know. Once you get your notes figured out, this first shape, what I call shape 1 at iMusicAcademy, then you know that any of these notes are going to work. And what's nice about the blues is play something and then let a little space go by like this. Let some time go by, and 2, and 3, and 4. If you need to do just 2 notes, you can do 2 notes. You can go up and down. Let's do that again. Just 2 notes right there, right? How about up to F? And 2. Okay, so 5 notes there. Now we're going to do the pentatonic only. The first 4 notes of Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. You go, Dave's leaving on a plane. It actually goes down to the B flat. So you go, which is the flat 7, also part of the pentatonic scale. Okay, that's just the first phrase, and of course it has lyrics. I'll just sing along with it so you guys know the way the song works. Here we go. Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. They tried to tell him it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain, yes I did, the Dave's leaving on a plane. Alright, so let's stop for just a second and talk about that. Even the ending, Dave's leaving on a plane. Notice that it's pentatonic scale coming down. Right? I didn't use that blues scale note, the flat fifth or the sharp four. Dave's leaving on a plane. So the whole song, phrase one, Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. And then you do this part. They tried to tell him it's the same. And that's the second grouping of the minor pentatonic. You guys know that I like to teach a lot of groupings when it comes to things like pentatonic, where you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have those 4 notes. And then you do a first inversion pentatonic and use those 4 notes. And then you can go up again. And if you go up again on the minor pentatonic, you get the top half of the blues scale, which is one of our shapes in the shapes course, right? And all of those notes work. What I love about the pentatonic scale and the blues scale is that you can play that over the entire blues. Even when I go to the F chord, you're still up here. Or the C chord, or even on the G chord. All of those shapes work. Shape 1 of the pentatonic, first inversion, second inversion, and third inversion. And the third inversion is the top half of the blues scale. Now I'm going to give you guys a little secret sauce on the idea of if I'm in the key of C and I put my middle finger on whatever key I'm in, my thumb is naturally hovering over the 5th, flat 7, and you have the minor third on top. And know that those 4 notes set you up for success the whole way of the blues. And I can use this F sharp as my transition note to get to the shape 1 of the blues scale. And so with these 2 shapes, I can just play all kinds of things. And the key is to play a little bit and then let a little time go by. Let me demonstrate that. This is just the blues scale, not the pentatonic. Here we go. At first, this is pentatonic. Now watch this. Blues scale. Pentatonic. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Blues scale. 2 and 3. It really doesn't matter the order. I could go. Go, Dave's leaving on a plane. This is pentatonic. Pentatonic. Right here's pentatonic. And remember, that's the second shape. Now it goes up to the 4th note. Still pentatonic. And still pentatonic. Dave's leaving on a plane. Again. To tell him it's the same, but so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain the Dave's leaving on a plane. I did that wrong. All right, let's stop it for a second. All right, if you're enjoying this, please let me know by liking this video and saying hello in the chat if you get a chance. The whole thing and why Dave's leaving on a plane, I think it's important and why it's popular is because it's simple and it's based on the pentatonic scale. And just like the blues scale, which has the flat 5th or the sharp 4, is all those notes are going to work, and even on the pentatonic scale, all of those notes are going to work. And you can do them in any order and just keep it really simple. All of those notes are going to work. First inversion here, and then Dave's leaving on a plane. Dave's leaving on a plane. I would get that lick down right there. And notice this, what's happening is if this is my shape 1 with the minor pentatonic, I'm going down to the flat 7 after I play that. Dave's leaving on a plane. And then we go, it's so much faster than the train. Same thing. And then we go, they tried to tell him it's the same, which is right out of this, but it's so much slower on the train. And then we go, I tried my best to explain. Now watch this part right here, which I just said that's your second inversion. You have root position, first inversion, second inversion, and third inversion gets you the top half of the blues scale. Any order, it's going to work. Now what we're going to do is let's turn on the track and let's work on each individual section. So at first I'm just going to improvise with my with both hands. Sometimes I'll do the chords and sometimes I'll do a unison playing. That means the same thing in both hands, just for fun. But you're going to spend time here at first. Root position, pentatonic, minor pentatonic. And then we're going to go first inversion, and then we're going to go second inversion, and then third inversion. And what I want to show you is that, one, repetition is your friend, which I always say, but also this idea of getting these 4 notes down, knowing that those will work over the entire progression. Maybe I want to go down 2 and 3 and 4. I got to change chords. Going up. Even when I go to the G chord. Let's do it again. How about this? Just getting a little bit of the flat 5. Pentatonic. Let me stop this. So the way my brain works is that if I'm hearing something just slightly different, and I want you to do the same thing, like I was hearing this, which is minor pentatonic, but I really wanted to hear so I was loving this minor pentatonic, but my brain wants to hear this either sliding or you hear the difference? And that would work over the entire blues as well. So even though we're practicing this, where I'm only saying use these notes, if you feel like it, you hear this, or you hear that, put it in there, right? Ultimately, you can do whatever you want. Let's do that again. Days leaving on a plane, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's so much faster than the train, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. They tried to tell me it's the same, but it's so much slower than the train, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3. I tried my best to explain. And here we go. Days leaving on a plane. All right, improvising on just these 4 notes. I went back up to that G just because we can. And 2 and 3 and 4. Dave's leaving. Dave's leaving on a plane. Let's do that again. Here we go. Dave's leaving on a plane. And 2 and 3 and 4. Best to explain the days leaving on a plane. All right, let's add a little blues scale. We go. That's an extra note. 4 notes only. 1, 2, and 3. First inversion. Second inversion. Just get the sound and then go to the third inversion. Stop that really quickly and let me check on a couple things. Hey Peter, good to see you on a weekend. Good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, I sent out that email just to several of our friends on our email list from our academies, and then I went live and it didn't go live, so nobody got the email. So this idea of I want everybody to notice a couple of things that are happening. When you have your minor pentatonic and you have this shape, the 4 notes, please know that all 4 notes are going to work and they're going to sound great. And when they come up here, it's going to sound great. This and this is going to sound great. My favorite are the first one and the third inversion, because this is the top of the half of the blues scale. This one is okay. A little more tension there, and this one is the first inversion one. It's good. But I get most of my melodies from the first one and the third one. Okay, now another really important thing is you have this. We of course know that we have the blues scale option there, or the pentatonic. But we started doing this etude within the last couple of days, and it's in our Chord Academy, it's in the All Access group, and is in the YouTube membership of this right here. And what I like to highlight about that is it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It has a pentatonic, minor pentatonic thing, which I want to address that somebody emailed me last night and they said, hey, I love this idea of using the pentatonic and using this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But they asked, what about on the way down? You have this idea of how would you do the fingering? Would it be the same? And the answer is yes and no. The answer is this. It can be the same on the way down. But also you can do this. Crossover with the third. So this kind of like whatever you decide on that one, you go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Or you can do 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. And the reason I play it a couple of different ways is when I first started learning about the pentatonic scale, I did different fingerings like that, like 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Same thing on the way up. Isn't that interesting? Hey, Doug, good to see you. Doug, the first person to join our YouTube community. So we are up to 7 members now, Doug. Doug is the speed police, so he's probably already telling me to slow it down in his mind. Inside the membership area, now Peter, of course, has access to this already. He's in the All Access group, which gives access to everything. And then the YouTube membership, I just added this PDF that has the Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. Dave's Leavin' on a Plane, which is really good. Don't sleep on this. I'm doing a whole video on telling you guys that this thing right here, Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. They tried to tell him it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. And then you go here, I tried my best to explain, Dave's leaving on a plane. Right? All those notes are going to sound great. So if you're improvising, it doesn't matter if you're doing blues or jazz. I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving on a plane. Dave's leaving on a plane. Okay, so that whole time, even though I was playing different blues licks from different blues volumes, a couple of times I was doing the pentatonic scale and Dave's leaving on a plane, but it sounded more like a train when I was doing this. Right? That sort of train sound. But it is faster to fly than it is on the train. So Dave is correct with that. Dave's leaving on a plane. But do you see, Doug and Peter, you guys know that when you're looking for things that fit under the hand that are going to be awesome for you guys, the first 4 notes of the blues scale, like even think about this. Like Can't Buy Me Love has that D in there if you're playing it in C, but you go da 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 da. I'm thinking like pentatonic-ish. Right? So da 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 or da 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 da. And then the top half of the blues scale, and then you can always put the blues scale in, which is what I did at the very end. I don't remember what I did, but I did something where I played the blues scale going down. So you can do minor pentatonic all day long, and at the same time, occasionally you want to put that blues scale and F sharp thing in there. All right, so today I'm looking for the 8th member of our YouTube community, and right now you can do any of the tiers starting at the musician level and up. I put the Dave's Leaving on a Plane. It has the fingerings, has the voicings, all that. Dave's Leaving on a Plane. Now, when you, another thing I did is very important, is I put backing tracks inside the, so Doug, you will see in the membership area on YouTube, and of course Peter will see that in his folder for the Chord Academy, you have your backing tracks. But I put these backing tracks inside the membership area along with the Dave's Leaving on the Plane. So hit join, somebody out there hit join and join us. All right, it's pentatonic. Now, I'm going to give you the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pentatonic. If you want to come down, you go 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I'm going to turn this on, but I want to show you, I want to go through this blues, but I want to show everybody. Oh, thank you, Doug. Yeah, I've been creating a lot of backing tracks for you guys. Watch this. You know the secret sauce of we're in the key of C, go down 3 half steps, and now you're at A minor, and you know you can use the first 4 notes of the A minor blues scale, and it's going to sound fantastic, right? It gives us really nice notes. It gives us the 6th note of the C scale, which is amazing. It gives us the minor 3rd, and if we do this on top, we have the da-da-da-da-da-da, right? So we want that blues note, that A. And so just know that as I'm doing my minor pentatonic, maybe I want to go to this, right? It's 4 notes. There's nothing this fancy about any of that. Or I could come up here and go da 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 da, which is right out of Blues Volume 1. But just stay down here And you can also play the first 5 notes of the C blues scale or go to Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. Let me demonstrate how you might use that. Let's first get this A blues scale. I'm just looping it over and over just so you hear it. Here we go. It doesn't even matter the order. Minor third to major third. Here we go. Dave's Leavin' on a Plane coming up. Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. They tried to tell him it's the same, but so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving, Dave's leaving on a plane. Here we go, A blues scale. Major third, blues scale coming down. And then I went minor third to major third. Let me just stop that. Something that I need to explain is that if I'm playing the blues scale and I'm coming down, straight up blues scale, like no alterations, remember that you have your connection note, your F sharp, with your 4th finger. I can go 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's something we practice a lot at iMusicAcademy, this idea of 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll get you through the entire blues as well. But then, at the end of the blues scale, it goes back to a G chord. So sometimes you'll hear me just play the blues scale, and sometimes you'll hear me go ba-da-da, because that gives me the minor third to major third, which ends the G, like it goes with the G notes, right? So I could do that over C. I could go minor third to major third. On F, I go minor third to major third on F. And on C, I go to minor third to major third, which can get me down to there. Now that is number 10, I believe, in Blues Volume 1. And then in Blues Volume 3 or 4, I do the longer version of how to connect those, which is kind of nice as well. But the main thing I want you to understand is not even necessarily the lick, but what I was doing to outline the chords there at the end. I did blues scale coming down, right? Okay, now, who's ready for a fun lick to go with Dave's Leavin' on a Plane? Anybody? Anybody? So I've been doing some fun, shorter things that I've been putting in the membership area. All you have to do is hit join, and I'm looking for that next person to join. It is the most crazy, affordable way to sort of start getting in on the inside of iMusicAcademy. So much content is in there. But one of the things that I like to show you guys is, all right, Doug, here you go. So I did an all keys video in a minute. It's that I just put up at YouTube. It says like short lick lesson in all keys. It's not a teaching lesson. It's just 1 minute of me playing one thing in all keys. I don't recommend it for a lesson. All right, Peter. Peter knows this idea. If you take a C7 chord, and this is really all about visualization. That's a coffee kicking in. And then I do a C 1 3 5 flat 7 of the C major scale. That gives me a basic C7. If I visualize this, getting into this position, we have 6 people watching. I think it's awesome. Index finger goes up a whole step. That sets you up for the lick. And you're doing a triplet here. 1 and then 1 and then. Do you see what I did? Let me do this one more time. C, E, G, B flat. C, E, G, B flat. Index finger goes up a whole step. Now you're set up. 1 and then, or 1 triplet, and then I go down to F and A, which is the 4 chord of the C blues, and notice that that's a second inversion triad. And then the last thing we do is minor third to major third on C. Let me do it again. Now, Doug knows this and Peter knows this as well, that I just did a whole training. It is in the membership area on YouTube, and the PDF is in there. That if you hold the top note, we're getting into holding the top notes. It's very important in your blues licks of learning how to hold the top notes of these chords. When I do this C triad right here, minor third to major third, I'm holding the G. I just did a training, and I've uploaded the file. That is this. It starts off teaching you guys how to hold the top note here, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this. Oh, sorry, then we do this. Number 4 exercise, and then the last one is this. Right, even that, imagine, I mean, like getting this idea under your fingers, how cool is that? And speaking of Doug, I think Doug was one of the people who really liked that idea of that lick. As a matter of fact, I remember Doug loving the fact of that minor third to major third. So if you notice how things are starting to connect here, you have the C blues, and I go, all right, I'm going up to the 4th note, which is F, and I do this minor third to major third, and then I surround that third. So technically I could do this. And it did that again, right? It connected to the third down there. So again, right? All right, Doug says he got the last down really good. All right, so Doug was inspired by the PDF and the lesson we did recently, to where he was practicing this and then this. I mean, even that, let me turn on the track and let me show you guys something. This is not getting away from Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. All of this is to show you how to connect Dave's Leavin' on a Plane to a few simple licks and ideas. All right, watch this. I'm going to think the 4 chord of C is F, and I go, right? Let's do that. Now when it goes to the 4 chord, I can do the same thing, but now it's on F, and I have to think of B flat, and back to F. For C, for G, it's C, F, B flat. All right, so make sure if you understand what I'm doing, put got it in the chat. All I'm doing is, we know that if we're playing the C blues, that we can go minor third to major third for days, right? Minor third to major third. When I go to the F chord, I'm going minor third to major third. Gives me the F triad. When I go to G, it's minor third to major third. But you can also use the 4 chord away from C, which is F. And then on F, I'm the 4 chord away from F, F major scale, and then on G. So what a great exercise to begin starting to go through this. All right, here we go. 2, 3, and 4, and I'll put it up here. This is just the first part. And back here. Blue scale, minor third to major third. That's the one Doug's been working on. Now same thing, but on F. Same thing on G. We're gonna go. So we don't have time to do the whole lick. If we were to go to G, we have to go. And here, we would have the whole time to do it. But when you're practicing, you do the whole thing. All right, now I did a whole training on that, and that PDF is in the new membership, which I'm excited about. I keep telling you guys how excited I am to see your nice little loyalty badge, Doug. That's very cool. Okay, now let's go back to Dave's Leavin' on a Plane and the lick that I said we're going to add. So Peter does this lick right here as part of his routine. Speaking of Peter, one of our long-time members of the All Access group, one of the most important people to iMusic Academy. So thankful for Peter. He does this kind of exercise. So this is one of his warm-ups where he does, which is so great to the fingers. But I want you to notice something as I get to the top of that. I'm in this C7 shape, okay? Everybody got that? And so then watch what happens. Here's the trick for this lick right here. I just uploaded this, Doug, into the membership area. So if you're a musician tier or up, you get this as well. And you go C7, index finger goes up a whole step from a visual, and now you do this triplet, holding the top note B flat. And then you come down to F and A, and you end with this minor third to major third, which I've been teaching you guys this week, holding the top note. So here's the whole lick. Okay, you see what I did there? Here's the crazy thing about that, is once you get this idea right here down, the C7, and you say index finger goes up, and you get this, when I go to F, it's the same exact muscle movements. It's just a slight tweak on getting set up. Like we're here, and you get your index finger there, same exact setup. Same exact muscle memory that I've been building up. I mean, you could go. Jeffrey is in the house, the most consistent man on the internet at iMusic Academy. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you as always. Glad that you are practicing a lot of piano, the multi-instrumentalist that you are. Okay, guys. Now, who is enjoying this idea of getting used to this lick right here? C7 lick. Go up a whole step. And right there, you get used to that. See how the visual side of things works? So now if we have Dave's Leaving on a Plane, we go, Dave's leaving on a plane. And maybe we do that for a while, and you play the song, and you know that you can stay in this area or you can stay in this area. But maybe you want to put this lick in here. And as a matter of fact, let's practice that lick. Let's practice getting into that position there. Let me pull up your backing track again. These backing tracks are in the membership area now. Here we go. On G, F. Minor third to major third on G. Here we go. Days leaving on. And 4 and 1 and. Hey, hold on. Now Peter's the speed police. Doug, watch out. Peter is stepping over the boundaries. All right, Peter. Now Peter, he basically decides everything. Peter's been around for a long time at iMusic Academy, so whatever Peter says goes. All right, so Peter says I'm going too fast on this lick. You know, this was just a late addition to getting inside this lesson for today, but I thought it was fun to put this lick in there. Let's go over it again. I'll say this, Doug, even when you haven't been around. Even when you're not live and other people have been on, they've been saying, "Oh, Doug, man, he's serious about the speed thing." So yes, Doug is the speed police. But Peter, I'm impressed with you. All right, so watch this. Let's go over this again, because whatever Peter says goes. Let's just talk about this lick again. If you do a C7, 1, 3, 5, flat 7, that's really similar to this, right? And so what we're going to do, and Peter, what I encourage you and everybody watching to do, is you're going to go 2, 3, 5. So you get up into the keys a little bit and get this. That's section 1 of this lick. Okay? The section 2 is this, is getting that F and A together so you visually see a second inversion triad on F. And what I like to think about this is I go, okay, I'm on C7. What's the 4 chord of the C blues? C, D, E, F. And I go C7. Now watch this. I do this as a visual. C7 in its most basic form. Now index finger goes up a whole step. And now watch this. F and A. And then I do my thumb there. Now watch this. 2, 2, 1. Now this comes right out of the lesson that I just showed you guys the other day of making sure you hold the top note. So we have this. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. Let me do it again. So I get into my visual of the C7. I'm going to go 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and let me go slower. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and Peter, the way you're going to get this, Jeffrey and Doug, is you think of this in sections. Section 1, section 2, section 3. You can actually put those together. I like that. Doug is even encouraging Peter to go for it. Peter he's like one of your deputies. It's getting kind of crazy at iMusicAcademy. So Doug is basically enlisting his own police force for the speed police. We have Vance now, who's the music police. We're trying to come up with a better name for Vance. But he's the music guy. If I forget to put up the music or I put up the wrong music, Vance is all over it. So he has his place in the academy as well. Okay, you guys with me on that? So other than that, we're Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. Let's turn on the track. Now, I'm just going to practice this lick for you guys. This is the bonus. This is not Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. This is what if you want to play something just a little bit different? And I'm showing you this idea right here. So visualize that C7. Here we go. I'll try to play it slow when I go to F. Here we go. It doesn't really work, but I can do it like that, like that. So. Works right there. Stop it just for a second. Isn't that a fun lick to put in there? That's funny. Yes, the Dream Police. All right, now, does everybody understand how I want you to practice that? So even though the lick is like this, notice how many different ways I played it. Sometimes I did this. Sometimes I did. Or sometimes I did this. And one other fun thing related to that is when I went to the F chord, instead of this, sometimes I did this, E flat and G. So the triplet lick, didn't I put that inside the membership area already? The whole etude that has this? Did I not put it in the membership area? You can let me know. I did put it in, it's in the All Access group and the Chord Academy, but let me know if it's not in the membership area. Actually, from what I remember, I said I was going to put it in when we had the 8th member. And I'll have to go check and see if we have the 8th member, Doug, so maybe you can encourage some people. Of course, Doug, if it's not in there, I will send it to you. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick field trip since we have 6 people watching. I'm going to put this in the membership while I'm thinking about it here. Just give me 1 second, everyone. And somebody put in the chat something about this lesson that you like, something you've learned, or something you're confused about. And I'm pulling up this thing. I'm going to put it in the membership area right now, and I'm going to show you guys how amazing this membership area is on YouTube. I'm pulling it up, the file, because I want to make sure the Pen Triplet Blues. Actually, it has a new name now. It's not just the Pen Triplet Blues, because Rick said it sounded like a doorbell or something like that. And so now it's something like Rick's Doorbell Penta Blues or something like that. I'm going to rename this all because of Rick. All right. So 1 second, guys. We have so much activity on iMusic right now, and I know I'm going live. I've been able to go live for some pop-ups and things like that. So it's just a lot of fun. I'm trying to get more people to be interested in learning about piano. So I'm going to create a post. Actually, I didn't even need to download it. What am I thinking? And I'm going to go Pen Triplet Blues. Okay. I'm going to go inside the membership area. Everybody stay tuned. All right, I just put Dave's Leaving on a Plane already. So this is the Rick's doorbell Penta Blues. And I think they spelled it with a Z. We were doing this last night. Etude. We're going to call it an etude. And you have to be a... Oh, wait. We're going to do... a musician. One second. Rick's doorbell Penta Blues with a Z. We'll just call it that. And now I'm going to put the link. And then I'm going to put, if you're a musician, all you have to do is hit join. And I'm looking for the 8th member. All right. Now, Doug, if you would, check the membership area right now and let me know that you got it. Go ahead and download it. Yep. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Even though I'm going out on faith that somebody's going to join us today, Doug. I'm going out on faith. All you have to do is hit join. I'm telling you. So let's do a membership tour. Who wants that? Let's do that really quickly. Now, Peter, he's an all-access guy. He has access to everything already. He already has these, so he's not in trouble for calling out my tempos. All right, let me pull this up. This will be worth it. Just like a field trip. All right, you got it on the download. Perfect. All right, I'm pulling this up, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to go in the membership, and I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm so proud of this new membership. I've always wanted to do it. When we got to 16,000, I figured it was going to be the right time. We have 7 people right now, which is awesome. I like that. I'm going to go to YouTube, and let's go to the channel. Okay, this is the membership. And let me see if I can put it on the screen. Window capture, add a source. Let's see if that did it. Oops. We're going to go, maybe this is it. Make this where you guys can see it. All right, cool. All right, I'm just going to do this for a second. Yeah, you were confused with the finger. Yeah, that's another important thing is when I write PDFs out for you guys, and I do it all the time, I write out fingerings for you guys. So here we go. Let's look inside the membership. So we've been having this new YouTube membership, and you can just click join and you'll see all the different perks. I mean, the perks that are listed are not even close to however many perks I do. And all I say is right now, I just ask for you to at least be a musician or up. Doug is at the highest tier. Thank you, Doug, for your support. But here we go. Doorbell Pentablues. And all you have to do is click on it. It takes you right to the file. Dave's Leaving on a Plane. There's the file right there. And going live, come join us. So sometimes I say, hey, I'm going live in Chord Academy, which is a $19.99 a month. It's less than $5 a week. Actually, now it's a little bit more. It's coffee and a donut because we've gone up just a little bit. So sometimes I'll just say, hey, join us. So members only sometimes get access to our Academy things. Then we welcome Vance. Whenever somebody joins, we always welcome you. There's Dave's Leaving on a Plane. We have more PDFs right here. Grab this PDFs for more pentatonic ideas. Here is members only streams, 5 steps to holding the blues. So this exercise that I was showing you guys right there that has all these things is in the membership area. Here are members only funk grooves, Bob T's exploring jazz chords, right? These are just for members. There's a link to gospel G minor 11 voicing for members. You click on that. Here's a stream from our academy this morning. So that's an all access stream that is in there. Top half of the blues scale lick. So shout out to Brad for joining. Hey friends, membership area. Here's the triad things that we've been working on, right? How to deal with the triads and things like that. So there's your triad inversion licks. Here's a major scale sheet. Like maybe you're wanting to learn about how to play your major scales. Not only do I show you an iMusicAcademy sheet, I say, all right, you have to have your third fingers, they line up together. What about the third fingers on G? What about D? Third fingers are on F sharp. So that's just a scale workout. And then if you keep going down here, look, thank you so much for those who subscribed. Here's a private stream from this morning's teaching on the magic of triads. I see a pattern blues. What a great song right there is for learning the blues scale. Here's the shapes course. So this is $30. in my store, and all you have to do is be a musician supporter. So it's like $6, $5.99 a month, and you get all this crazy stuff, all these trainings and everything. That's how excited I am about this thing. So anyway, enough about that. Let's finish up by doing some music. But Doug, I'm going out on a limb to say that somebody else is going to go. I'm even though I said you had to be to number 8 to put it up there. We're just going early. We're rolling with it. We're going out in faith. All right, now let's talk about. Let me get rid of that thing because Vance would not be happy with me if I kept that up. Okay. All right, so Doug, as I'm dropping some internet here. Hopefully we're good. All right, so watch this. So for this pentatonic idea, and Doug, now you have the fingering. You love the fingerings on the PDF. Doug, that is so good to hear, and I agree with you. Having the fingerings are really helpful. So this idea of, by the way, I went and saw my dad yesterday, and I was kind of surprised them. He was practicing. I took a picture of it in a little video. He was going through this PDF. So he had his headphones on. Again, I took a picture. He didn't even know I was there. And he was playing this etude, and he was also playing this etude. Which I was impressed because that's a little bit tricky, and he had the fingering down and everything. So that was pretty cool. All right, the next thing is this. Ian, who is he is our newest member, asked the question, what about the fingering on the way down for this etude? And it's not just for this etude. Notice that I was playing it. Sometimes I was doing, let me demonstrate this, and then I'll show you the fingering going down one more time. So let's say you're just improvising on the blues. You're doing Dave's Leavin on the plane. Let's do the pentatonic. And let's say I went up there to F, or sorry, just C. See how you can use that to connect to anything? Let's try that again. Here we go. And there's that minor third to major there. So I was on the G, so I kind of needed to outline that a little bit. So let's say we're doing this. Minor third to major third of F. A day's leaving on a plane. It's so much faster than the train. They tried to tell him it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain. The day's leaving on a plane. All minor pentatonic. So you have this. Scale 2 and 3. That actually kind of worked nice. I kind of like that. So I did a little pentatonic thing that we've been working on this week, and then it went right up to the minor third shape on top. So let's see. Marla, Marla is catching the tail end again. Marla, that's becoming a habit. I'm just kidding. Marla, you have a lot going on. All the jazz groups you're in, your son, you're busy with family stuff, you're practicing all this stuff. I know you have a super crazy, awesome, amazing life, but we're so glad that you're here. Marla is a member, an all access member, and she's one of our superstars in the iMusic Academy family. So awesome. So Marla, I want you to also mess around a little bit with this pentatonic idea as well. And really, Marla, this Dave's Leaving on a Plane is so good. That's why I had to do a video of it. People are saying to me, hey, I love Dave's Leaving on a Plane and I can't get it out of my head. It's just so amazing that you could take these 4 notes, and I mean, it does go up to the B flat as well, but just to have those and Dave's Leaving on a Plane, we'll work over the entire blues, right? And Marla, you may have missed this, but I was saying it's not just a shuffle blues. Like whenever you're doing like a jazz blues, you can do the same thing. A day's leaving on a plane. Right, so you can go blues scale or pentatonic. Even though I'm doing kind of a jazzy progression now. Yeah, days leaving on a plane, 2 and 3 and 4, and da 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 Yeah. Isn't that, it amazes me that we can do that. Now, as we wind up, I'm going to go until 10 a.m., then I'm going to take a break. I need my Academy people to know that as we're doing all this stuff, we have a lot of lessons during the week, and of course they're all private if you're in the academies. And we know that our pop-up lessons are just pop-up lessons. They're going live on YouTube, and it's so fun to do that. And what I want you guys to know is that you don't always have to attend the pop-up lessons and things, because you probably need a break during the weekend. But it is so cool to have you guys join. And Marla says in B flat, same thing, of course. You've been working on B flat, and I love that. And so you just think of the pentatonic scale in B flat, and it says A minor. The thing about A minor in the pentatonic scale, doesn't it like really flow over the hand? I'm gonna get in trouble with the speed police, but I'm just showing you. Show you instead of the F, you. And what what we've been talking about with the pentatonic scale is, which is really nice. If we were on like take the A train, you can use pentatonic scales. Right? It's just like they work so well together. You can use A minor over C major and use those interchangeably, which we talk about all the time. And the other thing about that is, let's say you were messing around and doing this idea for A minor over jazz standards. You also know that the blues scale works fantastic over that. You go ba ba da do da do da 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 do sorry. Here we go. Even that time I went dee da 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 da, and then I went pentatonic. Da 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 da. Right? That was nice. You go da 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 da. So I did a little bit of blues on the turnaround. The F4. Yeah, there's so many fun things you can do, but I love the fact of getting that A minor pentatonic on your fingers as well, and how you start thinking of your major songs that you're working on and say, all right, I can throw a little major pentatonic, and don't forget your blues. Da, 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 da. 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, now let's wind up. I have just a couple more minutes. Hey, it's the same thing with Peter and Marla. Whatever they say goes, you know. Okay. Now, let's wind up by a couple of fun facts. Since Marla said this, I need to say that. So she said the A minor. This, I guess at a pop-up, I can go a little bit off topic, but you go get your minor pentatonic together, and remember that's the same as the major pentatonic. I love starting on the ninth. Let me do that again. So I go. So this idea of, you hear how that is all minor pentatonic, right? Or C major pentatonic, same thing, right? You go. All just pentatonic, simple ideas, but think of them in a melodic way. All right, let's keep going on to blues. So here's what I want to finish this lesson with. I'm going to give you Dave's Leavin' on a Plane you already have. And Marla needs to go back and watch this little part of this lick down, C7, and you go index finger up a whole step. And Marla, if she's still here, I'm going to give her something in B flat that she's going to love, and she's going to need to review the lesson part. But if she's still here, then we'll do this. I'll give her the same lick in B flat. But I want you to visualize this again. C7, 1, 3, 5, flat 7. Index finger goes up a whole step. So we have this. Okay, she's still here. Okay, so that's a part of your training too. Hold on, I'm going to give you that in just a second. But here's the tie-up for today. You got Dave's Leavin' on a Plane. You got the sheet music, you've got the fingerings and all that. And remember, it's full of really good things that you could play over an entire blues. Days leaving on a plane. I could even use it on A Train when I go to the end of Dave's leaving on a plane. I could go. Right? So just because you're learning this over the context of blues, just know you can use it in your major improvisations, your jazz standards and things you're working on. So you have that, and you have the other secret sauce. We said go down 3 half steps for the key of C, and now you're in your first 4 notes of the A blues scale. Those are going to sound fantastic. So step 1 is Dave's Leaving on a Plane. Step 2, you have this lick right here. And step 3, we'll say, is the A blues scale. First 4 notes. You know you have the Ray Charles. We've been doing that, right? This right here. And Marla, of course, can you do that on B flat as well? I would do this is not your bonus thing, Marla, but for B flat, I would go 1, 2, 4. And I go 3, 3. You just have to get used to that. And go 2, 1, 2, and you could go 4 if you want. So she's doing one of her songs for one of her jazz bands is Blue Monk, and she goes ba da 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 da. But as a part of her improv, she could go ba da ba and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Top half of the blues for Marla on B flat. But all right, so Marla, if you had all these simple ideas you can do, and of course I want you to do minor pentatonic as well, but here's your lick. B flat 7 in its most basic form, B flat, D, F, and A flat. Your index finger goes up a whole step, so now you're on that sharp 4 to the 4 chord of the B flat blues, which is E flat. So put it all together. Yes, I'm gonna help you with that in just a second. But here's your lick. So Marla, one of the things that we talked about, and Marla sent me a video of her playing, a couple of videos, and that's another cool thing about being a part of iMusicAcademy. It could be with anybody, any teacher, but I love the fact that people send me recordings, private. I prefer like an unlisted recording of you playing whatever, and there's never any judgment for me. It could be one note, and I'll be like, that's an amazing one note, good job, and here's what you might want to do to add to that. That's kind of the way I think, because everyone can do all of this. But if she's playing the blues and she feels like we're trying to fill up every space, I mean, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm the only one talking, and yes, I'm talking to the chat, but I kind of just talk, and play, and so it's the same thing when we're improvising. We want to go, the band's still going by, and that's what I want everybody to understand. 2 and 3 and 4. And 2 Blah da 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 ba da 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 3 and 4 1 ba da 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 and 2 and 3 and ba da 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 ba da 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 a bee da 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 ba da bum bum ba da ba da da 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 da 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and boo da da ba bum ba da ba doom bum bum ba doom bum bum. Right? So that's a good way to practice. I can go 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and dee dee da 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 da. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and dee dee da 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 da. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and da da da. All right, give that a try. Let it breathe. That's right. Play a little bit and then let the time go by. The time's going by naturally anyway. And then here's the last tip on that. Is that let's go back to C for a second. We're going to end in C. Is we talked about just playing a little bit and then a little time go by. And Marla, for you and for all of us, is I want you to like let the phrases connect like you're a horn section or horn player. And I go like really dig in as if you're singing the lines. Let's turn on the track and end with that. We're going to turn on and I'm just going to improvise. I want everybody to think like a singer when you play this. So first 5 notes of blues scale. Let a little time go, a little space, a 1 and 2 and 3. If you like what you did, play it again. Let's do the blues scale. 2 and 3 and 4. You guys get it. All right, what a fun lesson. It was a long lesson. I'm going to check my studio to see if anybody else is number 8. Who's going to join today that is going to get us to 8 on our public YouTube channel? This does not apply to our all access group or the Chord Academy. This is anybody else that's wanting to join our academy in some way. This is the way to do it. Hit join, look at all the perks, see all the craziness of what you get just by joining. Marla, have a great day. Good to see you on a Saturday. Doug, so good to see you. Doug is the speed police, and Peter actually is one of his deputies. And what I always do at the very end of the lesson is say, I'm going to say goodbye to you, which I just did, and then you guys can say goodbye to each other. You have 30 seconds to do that. Awesome. Marla, have a